We're getting written up by Mitch for being tardy.
That is so true. So true, bestie. Oh, you turned on the beamer? Come on, Steven. Beamer goes all the way. I was like, it looks all dark in here. You need that beamer, bro.
It's too bright.
It's not too bright. We did it. Hello, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning, Grand Archive.
Whoa.
Mm.
Ooh. Yikes.
Hey,
Big,
Tech A, you buy that CUR, bro?
Big oof.
I see you. Drink sponsor. Bro, I'm fucking with the Orangeade for sure. It is something.
It's a word.
Morning. How are you?
Good morning. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, everybody.
We got some exciting
We finally have
stuff,
things to talk about.
right? You know, sometimes when we're really good boys during the week, someone drops articles that we can talk about.
It's true. I saw that we got our regional article posted as well.
Oh yeah, we got regionals.
Obviously, we're not talking about Theo's hard work because like that doesn't matter. We mean, we mean we have the lore to talk about.
Correct.
Have you gotten any good polls from A and B?
Yeah.
No, but that's all right. It happens, you know. Florida, I can't.
February 1st.
Dude, my boss is already mad at me that I'm going to Santa Clara, so like I probably should not leave again in like 4 weeks after that. Good morning, Break Nation.
Good morning,
Good morning,
Break
Break Nation.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning.
Break Nation, as we say.
Shout
here
out to
in the
my
store.
Break Nation.
It's Break Nation. Break stuff, Break Nation.
Yeah, I've been singing a lot of Limp Bizkit this morning.
Yeah.
We have it's because on our Discord the soundboard is like omega deranged, and one of them is like the beginning.
Just one of those days.
Just one of those days from the break stuff, and so it gets stuck in my head. Shout out to Fred.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning. Santa Clara is gonna be lit. I will be there.
I will.
Some of you will be there.
I will not be
Steve
there.
will not be there. Sedge.
Yeah, unfortunately, the flight too much money.
It's true. It's so soon too. It's a decision that I've made.
But
hello, Adi.
Who knows in the future? Maybe
we haven't even seen the March event yet. That's the U.S. as well, right?
Oh, maybe.
I don't think we know where it is. Steve GoFundMe. Yeah, if you guys want to GoFund Steve,
that'd be
get him
great.
plane tickets. It's not even that bad.
It's like a couple hundred.
It's like $300.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're here to chill, talk about, like the launch of the set. We'll talk a little bit about Grand Archive. But like what I figured out, Steven, I don't know if you feel the same, but the way that I feel about Grand Archive, it's a great game. I love playing it. That's all well and good. I just get really excited to talk about the lore,
Yeah.
I just like talking about the lore. We're a lore podcast now.
But yeah, if someone sells me a CUR, I'll pay for Steve's flight to Santa Clara.
Wow.
That's Techie out here is
Devin, we're like, holy shit.
You hit the lottery or something? Like,
yeah,
what
right.
the fuck?
You win the lottery, I see him like fiending for
Just
these
like
CURs.
Shelling out. If I had the
wish I had
CUR
one.
and Cam didn't buy it, I'd sell it to you.
I wish I knew anybody that had one. I haven't even been put in the financial situation. Like what I was worried about is obviously I wouldn't open any of the Kongming stuff, and I didn't. Oh, hey, congrats, man.
Nice.
That's awesome. I feel that. What was I saying? Right, I didn't open any of the Kongming stuff, but I like sort of assumed that other people would, and I'd be like, I guess I'm gonna have to buy it because our locals open so much product. Nobody. Not our locals, not the New Hampshire locals. Nobody.
All gin.
A single Kongming. We opened like
8
gins or something. Batched is what I'm hearing. I was talking to one Tyler Once in Love last night. Lovely gentleman. You should watch Yeti Locals streamed by Serene Balance Productions on the YouTube. I was talking to him last night, and he opened 15 cases, I think. And he opened 2 Cows, 2 Kongming level 1s. Which is just like very strange.
Yeah.
I'm watching you, Travis. What'd you do? Send me the good boxes next time, all right? I know you're responsible for that. It's not, but, you know. Open 2 Sunquans. Dude, me too. This is fucked. The Sunquans have cursed us. I opened 3 cases for myself. I got 1 CUR. It was Sunquan. What a blight that they've given me.
Hey,
the art's gorgeous. That's the worst
I'm just saying
part.
in February when
Gaugia comes out.
Gaugia comes out and everyone's like, "Oh, you need 4 Sunquans." You're gonna be lucky that you have it.
I sold it.
Oh well, he's not gonna be lucky.
In the mail. Cow's hot though. So
Sao
congrats.
Sao?
Sorry. Sao, chow chow, whatever you want to say.
Everyone always corrects me. So.
Yeah. She's hot. So yeah, I'm struggling, man. I'm gonna need What Up Break Nation.
What up, Break Nation?
Thank you for writing that article, Theo. We appreciate it. So that we can talk about it today. Yeah, I'm gonna need a coach. I'm gonna try to ask Mark from Solar Games from Talk GA to teach me how to not be a stupid, ignorant white man and learn how to pronounce all of these names in Chinese because I can't do it. I looked up one today though because I have to talk about my new wife, of course. You know, always moving on to the next thing in the lore today. And I had to make sure that I was pronouncing her name right.
I got the big foil dong there.
It's a huge foil dong. Congrats on your gigantic dong.
Yeah, it's
congratulations.
Dongs are huge.
The dongs are everywhere, dude. There's so many dongs. You should consult a doctor about that. That
Dude,
is
I
so
wish
true.
my dong was foil.
Was foil? Yeah.
Because then it would be worth more, and I could trade it. I'm talking about.
Oh,
What are you talking about?
Yeah. No, me as well. Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, I have 5 dongs. Yeah.
Yeah. I only got 1 dong. Luckily.
He's fine. Leave dong alone, bro. Textured foil on your dong would be pretty sweet.
Textured foiled for your dong for her pleasure.
I don't know who she is, but if she
Well, all those women on Dong's card.
Oh my god! All right, we're gonna get canceled. Now listen, we're not paywall people, right? But there have been discussions between Steve and I that eventually, if we are ever, if we ever deem ourselves a big enough deal, to turn the chit chat portion of the live show to be members only. This is the first reason right here is that it is less likely we get canceled.
Correct.
And so, you know, you keep that in mind that maybe eventually we'll have to close this off so that we don't get canceled talking about big old dong. But we love dong.
Yeah.
You know.
We're big dong guys here.
He means dong fans. To be clear. Ready to clip. See, that's what I'm saying. Maybe it doesn't have to be members only. It just has to be no Mitch allowed. Because he's the one. I know he's gunning for me. Too many dongs in your case. It's always the worst. Anyways. we should like...
We need to stop.
We should like do the show or something. Like, yeah, whatever. We're already a little bit late. And, yeah, you know. I mean, on time. We're already a little bit on time, so... I tried playing dong. He feels pretty bad, I think. I was playing a couple of copies, and he's like, no, he's okay. But your dong comes in, he's sleepy, you can't wake up your dong. You know.
You gotta invigorate your dong.
You gotta. It's true. You have to cast your invigoration on your dong. Then he's huge. Then your dong is huge. Yeah. It can't be stopped.
Yeah, it's tough.
I think dong Sylvie is where we have to draw the line. I think that's getting into a dodgy territory. Yeah, dongology. Anyways, we're a podcast where we talk about Lineage Break Grand card game.
I'm looking at a thing that says it's not real anymore. Actually,
oh, it's over there. You guys can't see it,
Used to be able to see it.
it's not real.
I'm gonna pay Mitch. Gonna pay to get us canceled.
Amen. Please release me. All right. Okay. You ready to go, Steven?
Yeah. Can I?
Do you guys actually have a take that would be spicy about anything? I feel like we're pretty lukewarm yes men, you know?
Yeah, probably.
So, probably not.
I mean, the only spicy take that I have is shout out Superhuman. Whoop whoop. If you ever want to be on the show, hit us up.
Yep.
Let us know.
There it is.
That's our spicy take.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
Fuck this shit.
Indeed.
Yeah, that is our spicy take for sure. All right. Steven, can you pull up the champion profiles?
That
please,
I can.
So that we have access to them. Do you want to do the lore article first, or do you want to do the... I guess we'll do the champion profiles first. So I think they give context.
Okay.
So we can talk about, of course, Gaugia at the end, which is maybe how you pronounce her name. I don't know. You guys let me know. It's Guo. Somebody help me. Give me a phonetic pronunciation in chat. Thanks. Yeah. AMB power creep is a spicy topic. I don't know. It's like fairly unclear to me currently if there is power creep in AMB, because I don't think that the AMB champions are particularly better than any of the older ones in my limited testing. We'll see in Toronto, I guess, but if the tournament yesterday is any indication, you know, everybody's going to be playing Merlin. What a cool hero. Sylvie's still the most played deck. Yeah. Sylvie, Merlin. Here's my hot take. Sylvie, fine. That's great. Good for you. Merlin, cringe. Hate that dumb bitch.
I've said it since forever.
All right. You ready? We're ready.
Ready.
We'll talk about Yeti a little bit too. We'll do all of our the rigmarole before the lore. Sound good? Talk about regionals. Talk about Yeti a little bit. You know, Tirana. And we'll do a lore at the end.
Hey, you know, we're flying out in 7 days.
Yeah, dude. 7 days from now, we'll be in Toronto. That's crazy. That is wild. Never been to Canada. I hope you welcome us with open arms, Canadians, or don't. Just like make sure you don't miss. All right. What we got? Not a whole lot, actually. It's mostly just regionals to talk about, and we really don't need to talk about anything other than being a shill for White Boy Games. So we've already seen the mats and stuff. All right. Ready? Woo!
Woo!
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Lineage Break, your Grand Archive TCG podcast. I am your host, Cam. With me, as always, is Steve Gluman. Hello, Steve Gluman.
Hello, Cam.
Welcome back to show.
It's Friday.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
It's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Mortal Ambition launch. Last week we did a little bit of a little box opening. Had a bit of an unconventional show.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't a whole lot to talk about. But now we're a week removed from AMB. Talk a little bit about our experience with the set. Talk a little bit about some upcoming events. Some events that happened recently. And then, of course, the reason why we're here. I don't know if it's the reason why you're here, but the reason why Steve and I are here. It's just more lore to talk about. And I love that lore. Gets me going. Yeah. So we're going to talk about some lore.
Oh, yeah.
We love talking about lore. But before all that, hey, happy AMB, Steven.
Happy AMB.
How you been feeling? You've been playing much? I know you've been a busy boy.
No.
Only played a little bit.
I have not. I unfortunately succumbed to life.
I feel that.
By the time I get out of work, I just have no effort to want to come and be social. So
I feel that.
I sit at home on my computer.
Been doing any mental gymnastics in the A and B realm?
A little bit. And every time I come back to Exia is a trap.
Yeah, I'm having a similar experience on the other side of the fence, as it were, where I've been playing a lot this week because obviously I have the fortunate job that I work at a game store, so I get to play a little bit more. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of like Terra Kongming stuff, and I think it's probably not very good. It's probably a little too slow. I feel probably similar about Exia. I think the champions both feel pretty good. I'm just not convinced on the advanced element piles for either of them, really.
I'm unclear. So a lot of the cards that I've been looking at seem great on paper, right? And then it's really hard to balance and to get 4 cards in influence.
Yeah.
Turn on your Ghost of Pendragon.
Yeah, Desperate Cavaliers.
Yeah. It's tough, right? Like on paper that card looks great, but like sometimes in my experience, I've had like 30 cards, like a grip in my hand.
Right.
Like, well, I got 4 Desperate Cavaliers. I can't use them anymore. And I don't know. I just every time I play, I feel like it's just he's supposed to just be an aggro deck.
Warrior's tough because it does have that aggro identity, right? So like when you link a advanced element to an aggro deck, which obviously everybody has that, but it does feel a little bit like 2 things pulling at you, right? Like the advanced element stuff wants you to drag the game out, but obviously being an aggro deck wants you to finish the game quickly.
Right.
I think it's been a while since we've experienced that sort of thing because for a long time the like aggro deck of choice was Xander, and Luxem as an identity is so far removed from aggro, like so completely removed that it didn't even like really feel like that was an option, you know, so people didn't even really consider there were like 2 completely different decks. And maybe that's how Jin ends up, that he'll be like Xander, where like there is an Exia deck and all you do is Exia stuff, and then the rest of the Jin decks are more on the aggressive side.
Yeah, I don't know, because we saw it like a lot in DOA before they had made the change,
right,
where you attack, level up, untap, attack again, and that was really strong.
That's true,
and that's what Jin does now,
and it is really strong. I
think that's kind of where I want to slot in. I kind of want to be there because I really have a hard time like getting to Exia and then having either the resources to survive and not just die to your opponent casting Fireball in your own step, or having the a way to kill your opponent.
Right.
So it's like,
yeah, I definitely think his level 2 is his most powerful one. So I think leveraging that is pretty smart.
I definitely think there is like a super cool, wind allies, rallied advance, wake up a huge idiot 4 times, kill you.
And that was like kind of a deck before, without any of the, Jin buffing the ally. Like warrior decks were doing that before, so or like Tony decks were doing that too. So yeah, maybe there's something there.
So I that's kind of where I've been like brainstorming, right? Maybe it just looks like a Lorraine deck. It's nothing great.
I mean, I think he does have some real benefits over Lorraine. I think they both feel pretty close in power level to be a real choice, which I think is cool. Right. That they both do similar like warrior class things, but they fight on like 2 very different angles, which I think is pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah. I have of course been playing lots of Kongming, and I'm still workshopping. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to play for Toronto, just 7 days from now. And I would like to play Kongming. I'm hopefully playing some sort of spells deck in Toronto because I've probably given up the ghost of being a Caben Schwarzentruber level player, and so I'm just gonna play one of the archetypes that I like. But of course, I don't want to be like inting, right? Like I want to play a deck that I think is good, that I think I could win with. But of course, I've unfortunately put some restraints on myself to play within that sort of class sphere that I like. So I'm playing around with some Kongming. I have an Ahri deck built that I've played 0 times. I'm sorry. I know. It's a mortal sin. Built Rai too. Trying out the new cards in Rai. Weakened Resistance, fucking crazy card. So doing some testing. Been playing a lot.
That's kind of wild, like how your perspective of that card has shifted.
Yeah.
Because I remember when we were spoiling it, we were talking privately. We were just like, this card fucking sucks.
Yeah. It's sort of a reaction to, and here's your look into my Toronto testing. I know you guys are super worried about extremely talented player Lineage Break Cam, in my opinions, but there's a lot of spell shields running around. There's lots of prevention effects, Veiling Breezes, and spell shields, and all of these. Prevention mechanics are usually how people combat these big spell decks like Rai. And Weakened Resistance is just a fireball that you can attach to your Sparklights, which is pretty stupid. Mm-hmm. So I like it for that reason. I think that's basically the only reason I'm playing it. And it does come up in some situations where you have to, if you're playing Serene Rai, which I do think is correct if you're playing Rai, where you have to lineage release, especially in like a faster format where there's a lot of aggro decks. And lineage releasing in a fireball deck is like really bad because you turn off a bunch of your win conditions.
Yeah.
And so Weakened Resistance is basically just fireball, but you can cast it all the time. And you're like a slow speed deck most of the time anyways. I don't think it super matters that you like fireball them in response or whatever. Right. I don't think comes up a whole lot with Rai. So, so been playing a little bit of that, but yeah, I've been playing a lot of Kongming, and hopefully we can break Kongming and find a deck that feels good. I'm a terrible deck builder, and so I'm a whatever they call it. I'm a net decker. I think I'm a decent player, but a bad deck builder. So I'm not looking to break the format. I'm sure like Cabin or Noel or one of these, talented leaders of a team will figure out what the deck is for Toronto. The deck I want to play is one that I deem playable. I want it to be a deck I like that I think is not terrible. And so, I have a little bit of a lower goal in mind. So we'll see. I have a couple more things to test. We still got 7 days, Just play the good cards. That's what Travis says from the testing team. That is the professional opinion from Weebs of the Shore, is play the good cards. Yeah. It's true. Hey, I'm going to try that. Speaking of playing the good cards, you and I are going to be playing some good cards 7 days from now. From Toronto. From Tanao. 7 days, we will be going to Ascent Toronto. If you guys are going to Ascent Toronto, make sure to say hello and, give us presidential handshakes. Presidential handshakes. Like this.
Only presidential handshakes.
That's the only way that we do it. So now we'll know if you watch the show, if you come up and give us a presidential handshake. But yeah, we'll be there. We'll be kicking around, so you can catch Steve and I playing in the main event on Saturday and playing in the scrubbed out event on Sunday. We'll be we'll be playing both of those events, so you can see us there, play some games, say hello. We love talking to just anybody. I don't even want to say like fans. It sounds so stupid. Yeah. Or like people that watch the show, just like people we like, which is all of you.
Friends.
We love all
our
of
friends.
You. Our friends that we will see in Ascent Toronto. So that's exciting. So your first time in Canada?
Nah. I went to Montreal for Force of Will.
Ooh.
Yeah. I almost made it to Worlds that time. Yep. Then I didn't. Yeah, I lost the last 2 rounds and bubbled out. I got like 8th, or not 8th, like
9th?
18th.
Make sure to yell, "Get down, Mr. President." Don't do that. It's especially not when we're in the airport.
Yeah, we were coming from America. That's not great.
Yeah, it will be my first time in Canada.
Oh, yeah?
First time out of the country, actually.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah, I had to get my passport so that I could leave.
I've been to a few countries, but
it was like the passport to me. I'm such a like procrastinator, and I have like a hideous anxious streak that like everything feels way harder than it should be. And so like international travel was mostly just held back by not having a passport. Yeah. So like I went to get a passport. It took an hour out of my day, and it was very easy. But so now that I have one, it feels like the sky's the limit. I can go wherever.
Right.
I'm not going to Utrecht. I'm sorry, but you know,
I was looking at it.
Utrecht.
I have a friend that lives in the.
So
I have a friend that lives in the Netherlands.
Yeah, that's close. It
Yeah.
is in the Netherlands, right?
Yeah.
Utrecht. Yeah.
So I was like talking
When
about
is that
it.
though? It's like February.
I play Fortnite with her, and we were talking about it the other day. I was like, "Oh, there's an event in Utrecht," and she's like, "Oh, I'm like an hour." Like, oh,
Could be cool.
maybe I'll swing it, but probably not.
But yeah, we're very excited to go to Toronto and see all of you lovely people and hang out. That's about it. Eat some poutine. Yeah. Go to a Tim Hortons. Is that what Canadian people do?
Yeah.
Have I nailed it? Tim Hortons, poutine,
maple syrup.
maple syrup.
Yeah.
Apologizing, saying bud. I'm gonna watch a lot of Trailer Park Boys this week, so that I can get the accent down.
I think we should go a step above that and just
above
watch
Trailer Park Boys.
Just watch a metric fuck ton of Letterkenny, because I think that show's better.
Do they have are they Canadian?
Yeah.
And they have a cursed accent?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Working on it.
Yeah.
We're on that.
I like unironically think Letterkenny's a better show.
I haven't watched it, so I can't really speak to it, but I have watched all of the other one. Yeah, because I'm an old boomer and I watched that show 10 years ago.
Tim Hortons is a slightly power crept Dunkin' Donuts. So my only I will say this, my only interaction in a Tim Hortons is the morning that we went for the Force of Will event.
Yeah.
We went into a Tim Hortons. A homeless man came in and started screaming at the employees about giving him a free coffee.
Nice.
And then we left. And that was my experience. So I don't know if it's power crept. I think it's on the same level as Dunkin' Donuts.
Here's my we were talking a little bit before the show, Steven.
Yeah.
About getting canceled.
Yeah.
So here's your chance, because this will be in the podcast proper, and you can clip this and cancel us. My hot take that they want for us to be canceled. Dunkin' Donuts sucks.
Dunkin' Donuts does suck.
Hate Dunks. And there's one every 10 feet. So, like, I've experienced my Dunkin' Donuts in my life. We live in fucking Massachusetts, all right? Every 10 feet there's Dunkin' Donuts. In Marlborough, Massachusetts, where we live. You can come visit us at Webboy Games. Historic for having 7 Dunkin' Donuts in our city. 7. And we're not very big. It's a lot, but it does suck.
There's 7. Yeah.
One of them closed, so we used to have 7. I believe we have 6 now.
2 of them closed.
2 of them closed. So we're down to 5.
Because there was the 2 gas stations by 495.
Right.
And that one of them closed.
Yeah.
I think the other one is still open.
Yeah.
So there's that one. Then the one down the street from that.
Yeah.
The one across from Price Chopper.
Yeah.
The one by your house.
Yeah. The one over here.
The one over here.
Yeah.
So there's 5 now.
Yeah. 5 Dunkin' Donuts currently. So yeah.
We have 2 Starbucks.
Fuck Dunkins. 2 Starbucks, 2 Honeydews.
1 Honeydew.
1 Honeydew.
The other one's in Hudson.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's right over the border.
Yeah.
It's fucking Christ. This is a Grand Archive podcast. We're here to talk about Grand Archive.
God.
So I think that's all the fucking gubbins that we have to talk about. Oh, regionals have been announced. That's cool, too. Big shout out to Chica Blue for writing the regionals article at 2 a.m. You can find all of the regionals dates, or at least most of them, on the mothership. Go to gatcg.com, and you can join us, Steve and I, on January 18th here at Webway Games.
Marlborough, Massachusetts.
Woo! For AMB regionals.
Yeah, Massachusetts
regionals. My hope is that maybe ALC Alter will be out by then.
Ooh.
As we are on January 18th.
Ooh, maybe. Interesting. If I remember correctly, there's 20 new cards that are
20 new Arisana cards. Every single one is an Arisana card, has been confirmed by the development team. So look forward to 20 new Cleric Arisana bonus cards. You can't even play them in your Vanitas deck. Right. They all have Arisana bonus.
Yeah. ALC Alter is the non-first edition Alter that is being printed in January.
Yeah, 20 new cards. Reprint of Alchemical Revolution.
They've added 20 new cards to the set.
New CSRs.
New CSRs to the set. It's very cool.
I think
hopefully carders go down in price.
Maybe a little bit. They're not so bad.
Oh,
right
really?
now.
I haven't checked in a while.
I think they're like $40.
Oh, that's not too bad.
They're coming down for sure. Something that I want to tell to the development team that maybe some of you watch the show. I know that's true. This is a great idea, by the way. Just like terrific to have because this is probably, we don't know the official release date for HVN, but it's in February, right? So this is probably like 6-ish weeks before the release of the new set. So we get like a shake up, hopefully, of the meta with like a small portion of new cards getting introduced into the game. And I think it is great to have that mid-set reinvigoration of the meta game before the new set comes out. So I think this is a great idea, and hopefully this becomes the new norm to have a little bit of a reinvigoration of the meta halfway through. I think it's a great idea. So, or it's 20 new Idle Thoughts arts. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, but they have to be all new art, though.
That would be so good. There's 20 new cards. It's 20 versions of Idle Thoughts, and they all have different art.
Yeah, they're all just color shifted.
And we all go crazy. We go, oh my god, Idle Thoughts. So that is all of our gubbins to talk about the game proper. But here at Lineage Break, we don't care about about playing the game. Yeah. Why would we do that? We want to talk about the lore. And so there has been some lore posted, and we want to talk a little bit about that as the best thing to do 7 days after the new set comes out is to talk about the next set. And so I think that's exciting that we have some lore to talk about and some implications for the future. And after we talk about the lore, there's also something that I think will sort of roll into that is this week we also got a launch trailer for Mortal Ambition, which is really cool. You guys should go check it out. It's on the Grand Archive YouTube channel. It's like an anime opening. It's very, very cute. But it does also, I think, give us some implications about the future. So,
I wonder what that could mean.
So, first thing I want to talk about is there is a lore article that's been posted that we will talk about. But before that, if you go to grandarchivetcg.com, GATCG.com, you can find champion profiles for all of our favorite champions from the Grand Archive. And since Mortal Ambition has been released, both Jin and Kongming have gotten champion descriptions, which I think are pretty neat. So, Steve, what do we want to do? We want to just read these? They're short enough.
Yeah, they're short enough. I figured we'd just read both of them.
All right, hit it, Steven. Starting with Jin.
Jin Mara.
Last name confirmed.
Jin made sure to do all the research he could for his first mission from the Grand Archive. Heroic feats of past champions echo through both nurseries and taverns alike in the homeworld. The tales of the world's saved, victories won, and the taste of godhood. But Jin also knows the stories that are only whispered. Those of unimaginable horrors, loved ones who never returned, and champions haunted by the worlds they could not save. Despite that, with every cleric, doctor, oracle, and prophet revealing the same fatal destiny, it is clear it is his only option. Praying to a god won't save him. Becoming a god will. But as he boldly takes his first steps on the path, his cold and calm demeanor is shattered. For his first time, he's found someone worth dying for.
Yep. Ooh. Can I just say, right, something that Steve and I are a big fan of, and I assume, but I know you, Steven. And it seems like Belle, who is our new lead of story design for Grand Archive, is a edgelord for sure.
For sure.
And I love that. Steve and I, big edgelord guys. Oh, yeah. And so I really like talking about, this sort of the haunting of champions that are unsuccessful in their plights, right. And worlds that are destroyed and can't be saved. It's not all rainbows and sunshine, and it's like a Marvel movie how everybody lives at the end or whatever. Right. There are some real repercussions, right. For these champions.
There's one phrase in here that I really want to point out because God, I hope so.
Yeah.
unimaginable horrors. Are we in Cthulhu monsters? Come on, please. Please give me spooky stuff.
There is, I think there is some. I don't think that HVN is going to be a spooky set. However, I do think in this set there is some like foreshadowing of some like pretty spooky stuff.
Do you wanna take over on the Kong Ming?
Yeah. Let me pull her up.
I got you.
Oh, what a guy!
Look at that.
Yeah, speaking of spooky stuff, we have Kong Ming. She's so hot that it scares me. All right, Kong Ming. Hello, Kong Ming. And if I don't pronounce her sister's name right.
No name, no last name. Just Kong Ming.
Just Kong Ming, one name.
It's like Beyonce.
Something that is interesting and something that I want to clarify. Steve and I have not read any of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, and we are illiterate and uneducated. So if we get anything wrong, sorry about that. But I believe that Kong Ming and some of the other characters in Mortal Ambition is like it's a courtesy name is what they call it. It's like a casual name for somebody else.
Yeah.
So that's why she is single named as it is in Romance of the Three Kingdoms, is the courtesy name of somebody that has a full name.
Oh, okay.
And I assume that's why she doesn't have a last name. All right. So ever since Kong Ming and Gao Jia maybe met in the homeworld orphanage, they were inseparable. Their bond strengthened through their shared ambitions. They had successfully been through several missions together. However, despite their journeys together, Kong Ming feels a constant reminder of her inferiority. She is not as strong, smart, or as beautiful as her foster sister. She vowed that this time things would be different. On this next mission, she would prove her worth. Upon arriving in Sangguo, Kong Ming encounters a mysterious figure whose help she believes will finally allow her to make a difference without Gao Jia's aid. Little did she know, the change she so desperately sought would unleash a demonic force unlike any other this world has seen before.
Demonic force, you say? Chat.
I sort of assumed that Exia was the bad guy, that Jin was, evil, demonic man.
But apparently he just has a sickness and is trying to become a god to not die.
Yeah, he's just really into it, But yeah, so something that Steve said before we started the show is that it makes a little bit more sense that Kong Ming's level 3 is named Fel Eidolon.
Yeah.
Gives it a, sort of a sinister tone.
Right.
She doesn't look very sinister.
No.
So who knows?
So HVN is definitely going to give us some spice, I think, for her.
Mm-hmm. But it is a cool sort of idea that she has this foster sister in Gao Jia, and that she's always had that sort of like little sister syndrome that her sister has always been better than her, and she, sort of feels like she has to prove herself, and so maybe she goes a little bit too far and pushes that envelope, towards a dangerous place, and we assume that we will have some facing off between sisters. We do see that a little bit in cards like Ignite Fate, but both in Ignite Fate, they're both of those sisters, Kong Ming and Gao Jia, are in their like level 1 sort of attire.
Mm-hmm.
So it's before any sort of greater power has been involved. So I think we'll see in HVN maybe some sisterly battles. Something that I want to bring up here before we talk about the lore article, because I think this is a good segue. As we mentioned, there was a launch trailer that came out. And I think there's a couple of really important things for me, at least. Like I said, we haven't read Romance of the Three Kingdoms, so maybe some of this stuff like makes sense with that context. We don't have that context, right. So we're looking at this with a fresh lens. But the first thing that they do in that trailer is before the Grand Archive title, like in black and white, sort of. They zoom in on Kongming and Jin, obviously our champions for Mortal Ambition, but they zoom in on 2 other characters before that title sequence, which I think is very strange if those characters aren't champions for the next set. I think it just is like really weird templating if we chose to showcase 2 characters, and one I think is very clear that they're going to be a champion, and so I think that indicates that the second one very much will be as well. So they focus in on Kongming and Gaojia, her sister, who does have a little bit of support in Mortal Ambition. We do see 3 different Luxem cards that have Gaojia on them. One of them is a cleric card, but the other 2 are tamer cards that have like Animals Matter text on them. So I think ubiquitously the opinion of the community is that Gaojia is going to be a Luxem tamer champion in HVN, which is very exciting. Also in that trailer at the beginning, they show Jin, and then they show Lubu, who has been notably missing as like a pretty big character, not only in Mortal Ambition, but in the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, and is notably missing from Mortal Ambition. And so I think that is maybe also because they're going to get a champion card in HVN. They are sort of the, from the things that I've gathered, they're sort of in charge in the sort of current timeline of Mortal Ambition. So we see them on like the card Mortal Ambition, and I think they're on Overwhelming Presence, a few cards that we see Lubu. So.
Right. The other thing I'd like to point out is now that we have the context of this small Jin story, maybe Lubu is the person worth dying for.
Yeah, I think so. I think it is Lubu. I think that Jin has fallen in love with Lubu, and I think that is their sort of, we have these like paired storylines, right? One more thing to talk about. My new wife. Here's the copium. We always gotta, if it's a Lineage Break show, we always have to slide in a little bit of copium for you and for me. It's for him. It's for me. It's for him. I know. Something that I find really interesting in that launch trailer, we see a few characters, like Guan Yu, and we see the 3 sisters, and it's usually like card art being animated, right?
Right.
But something that they spent a lot of time focusing on in the trailer is Zhang Zhao, the cleric girl that's on Nascent Blast and Nascent Barrier, Cure of the Flesh. And she is like battling Jin. Like the other half of the Nascent Blast art is like her shooting a blast at Jin, apparently. And I didn't understand that there was any sort of connection there, that they're somehow opposed. And they do show her a lot in the trailer, which I find interesting. Obviously, in my little heart of hearts, I would love for her to get a champion as well, but I don't think that that's the case. But it is interesting that she does seem to play like a pretty large part in the story. And we'll talk a little bit about her in the lore article as well. But she's hot, so give me her.
Who's the Fox Girl?
I don't know. I don't think we have a Fox Girl's name at all. She's on a lot of cards.
She's on a lot of cards, so I'll hold out hope.
Maybe Lineage Breaks are coming, you know?
Yeah, I'll hold out hope.
We get full lines for Gaojia and Lubu, and then, we get Lineage Breaks, and it's her Zhang Zhao and the Fox Girl.
Yeah.
Maybe. So, unlike the little lore blurbs, I don't think we're going to read through the whole lore article. You guys can check it out. It is on gatg.com. There's just a few things that I want to highlight. Steve, have you read through this article?
I read through it briefly. Okay. Yeah, I hit the important parts and then the one at the end. Okay.
Yeah. If there's anything that I miss while we are going through, let me know.
Yeah.
But, so they start off the article by talking about the Golden Sashes, which is led by Zhang Zhao, the cleric girl, who was like a humanitarian that was doing, efforts to support her community, but was frustrated by the persons in power and was given approached by a mysterious figure and given a magical tome which gives her mystic abilities to cure the sick, but also grants her the power to build an army. So she builds an army to oppose the emperor. which is cool. We'll see how all that ends up. But I think the thing that I wanted to point out, sort of related to that Kongming thing, is it says that after this happens and after Zhang Zhao is given this magical tome and granted this power, this marked the beginning of a new era in Sangwo, an era steeped in dark magic and shadowed by an empty throne. It's like very, evocative and edgy. That I don't think it seems like this is dark magic, but we keep seeing characters that are approached by a mysterious figure, and I wonder if this is
it's Marlin.
I wonder if this is somebody from GA or some sort of outside of the like Three Kingdoms lore character that is sort of trying to pull the strings and give different people these different like artifacts of power to sort of ignite this conflict for the throne of Sangwo. Because it seems pretty clear that this mysterious figure that is granted Zhang Zhao power, but also is granted Kongming power, are probably one and the same and are trying to, to pit several factions against each other, which I think is cool. We talked a little bit about Sun Quan and his father. Sun Quan is, I believe it says he is son to it just says with the sudden death of his father. I'm not sure who it's referring to him as. Anyways, some sort of hunt for the throne and the quest for the Imperial Seal gets mentioned just a little bit. We go over Cao Cao and her sort of like rivalry with a Golden Sash rebellion person, somebody under Zhang Zhao. Just some extra context. We talk a little bit about the three sisters, Liu Bei, Guan Yu, and Zhang Fei, and their, oath of the Sakura or whatever. And then the thing that I want to talk about the most, and I assume you do as well, is this bottom paragraph that we get about local gods, something that has been mentioned several times in the Grand Archive lore recently, notably in that Proxius article as well, is the idea that all of these worlds, champions from the Grand Archive can accomplish their goals, and if they accomplish their goals in some sort of fantastical way and are chosen to do so, they can ascend to godhood, right, and enter this sort of pantheon of gods that rule over the sort of like multiverse in Grand Archive. But all of these worlds that they go to also have their own local deities, and they mention a little bit in the Proxies article about like not upsetting local gods or whatever, that have sort of dominion over not everything holistically, but over their world itself. And so we get a little bit about the local gods of Sangwo that are called the Shenju. The four guardians, also known as the four auspicious beasts, each embody a ley line, and while their legends are many, none have ever had the honor to see them with their own eyes. Prophecy states that at the brink of Sangwo's collapse, they will descend from their sanctuaries and heed the call of a chosen hero, pure of heart, from another world. So there's a couple of, I think, like pretty telling things to talk about here, and I assume Bell does this on purpose and puts the stingers at the bottom for us to talk about.
Right.
So the four guardian beasts each embody a ley line,
which means they're each a different element,
which is very important.
Advanced element.
Yeah, this means there's four advanced element ley lines, and so everybody, for those following along at home, this means in our Sangwo block of Mortal Ambition and HVN, we have Terra, and we have Exia, and we now know that we have Luxem because it is in Mortal Ambition. However, this does basically confirm that there will be, much like there has been in the past, or I guess ALC only had 3, but like DOA, there will be 4 advanced elements for this block. We don't know what the last one is. And I think that's maybe a little bit unclear. I think that Luxem is not what I would have bet it to be. So, all bets are off as far as who gets what. So I think that's pretty cool. And then the second part of information, which I think has been spelled out pretty clearly, is that they will descend from their sanctuaries and heed the call of a chosen hero, pure of heart from another world. I think this is very much talking about Kongming's sister, Gao Jia, who has, in a lot of her art, is shown as being this sort of like, animal sanctuary attendant,
Right.
and very wholesome and
Very Sylvie vibes.
pure of heart. So I assume that this is what we're talking about, is that Gao Jia will be the chosen hero. She will ascend to being a Luxem champion. She will be a tamer, and these beasts, maybe, will be cards that she can leverage as, a sort of Luxem tamer identity, which is super cool. Maybe they'll be animals, because that card that we got in Mortal Ambition does put animals into play, and so maybe
that'd be interesting.
But they are called the auspicious beasts, which would be very strange if they're not beasts. So yeah, that's it. Lore's cool.
Yeah,
we're very excited for Gao Jia. I think she's very cute. I'm going to try very hard to not play Tamer. But she's cute. She sure is cute. I think if Lubu is the other champion, it's a little bit unclear to me what she will be.
Right. Because, I believe in lore, I think we're talking about Dynasty Warriors for me.
Right.
Lubu always had a spear.
Mm-hmm.
So, in
her art, she's shown with a spear a lot as well.
So, warrior?
So she's like another polearm warrior, but that seems like it sort of fights with Jin.
So I could think
for
maybe
that
like
space.
a guardian polearm user?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It could be there. There are a lot of cards that cross over. So she could be a guardian. Yeah. Guardian polearm would be good. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. And element-wise, who knows?
Yeah.
We got the sort of confirmation that that they won't be doing additional advanced elements, at least not for a long time. So it will be something returning, so we don't have to worry about the Exia situation. So who knows? Could it be delving into some mage stuff? We could see the return of Crux, God help us. And maybe, we don't know who this evil, mysterious figure is, which I think will surely come up. It's assumingly not Lubu. It's not Gao Jia. There has to be some sort of evil force working behind the scenes, and so maybe it is somebody like Merlin that makes the jump. But Merlin's she's not a Grand Archive champion, so I think that's a little bit stranger. We could see the return of Vanitas or something, who is a bit more of a player in the grand scheme of things. Yeah. I think people just like Merlin, but she was very much a Cambria entity, I think. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, maybe Guardian, Crux. Oh, interesting stuff.
As long as all of those keywords say Guardian.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Ghost Pendragon doesn't. So, woo. Anyways, that's it. Hey, thanks for writing lore. We love talking about the lore. It's a little bit harder for me to talk about the Sangua stuff because it's all so based in this. In this text that I just don't have any familiarity with. So it's hard to draw any sort of parallels or make any sort of assumptions, because I assume there is a lot of extra context that we would have if we had the the context of Romance of the Three Kingdoms. So, but it's exciting nonetheless. Hopefully we see some spooky stuff.
Yeah.
In HVN. And what a great time it would be for some spooky stuff, to show us all that spooky stuff in Toronto for Halloween.
During Halloween. It's almost like they planned it.
That could be cool. I assume we will see some HVN stuff in Toronto.
At least a name.
Yeah, I would assume. Assuming's tough with Grand Archive because they are expectation subverters constantly. But this is sort of indicative of the time that we got the MRC announcement at Ontario. You remember that? Mm-hmm. I was like, this is the name of the new set. These recollection decks are coming out. That's cool. I assume it'll be something like that. So we'll get the name of the set, the date, maybe some art like we did for Mortal Ambition. And then if, and I hope so, and if there are recollection decks coming out, alongside that set, we'd probably see them as well. Please.
Pick up your Allens and your Mordreds now.
Please. Ari Sana.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Probably not.
She needs help. Help me.
New Rye?
Rye doesn't need help. Let him die. Let him living legend. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I got, Steve. You got anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think we touched on everything I want to talk about.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. It's interesting to see because it does say each embody a ley line. So my initial thought, which is what I said, was that they are each element.
Mm-hmm.
But does that mean we are getting another like she's Luxem but can cast other elements like Sylvie?
Maybe. That would be pretty cool if. Oh wow, yeah, because assumingly these auspicious beasts, right, are going to be
whatever
one of each element, and so maybe she does get that ability to ignore advanced element restrictions for beasts. Maybe
then you can crawl and the other one, the big lion. I don't.
Yeah, hopefully it's worded a little bit more carefully than that, because that would allow her to play Storm Slime and Ethereal Slime. And then I'm just worried that she becomes another slime deck. But yeah, maybe it's like these specific beasts or whatever she has access to. Would be pretty cool.
They just ban.
And then like it'd be cool that maybe we see some crossover as well, right? Like hopefully they're powerful enough cards that like Kongming or Jin might want to play the ones that are in their element, but Gaugia will get to play the full set of them. Would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's exciting stuff. I assume we'll see a little bit more next week. But that is all that we have for you this week, and unfortunately,
next week
we will not be here. Oh, Christ.
But you can meet us in person in Toronto.
You can meet us in person in Toronto, and we will be recording the podcast in Toronto with one Chica Blue of Bestial Frenzy fame.
Correct.
He does some other job, I think, but like whatever. We're having him on for his podcast work. We'll be recording the show with him, and so you'll see that probably not that weekend, but probably the week after once I get time to edit it. But yeah, sorry, just made me laugh. That is all that we have for you this week. We will see you guys in Toronto. If you're there, of course, please come say hi. We love talking to friends and meeting new people and just having fun with the community. So definitely do that. Otherwise, we will see you guys 2 weeks from today live. If you ever want to watch us live when we are here, it's Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, *. And then at 2 p.m. Friday, Eastern Standard Time, you will get the previous week's podcast posted on the YouTubes. Our editor is back, and we are all back on schedule. So that is already scheduled. It'll be up in 40 minutes' time if you missed it last week. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you then. See you in Toronto.
Guys. Bye.
Bye.
Woo.
The oh boy, I can't wait to meet you guys in real life really made me laugh. Just like absolutely derailed my my YouTubing. Thanks, Adi. Yeah, big fan. Me too. We love you too, Tech A. Are you Breaknish? Are you coming to anything, Devin? I know nothing is close to you. Toronto is far, and Santa Clara is also far. But are you coming? You doing stuff? Breaknish, whoop whoop. Sadly not. We'll see you when they inevitably put Nationals back in Houston, and it's a hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah.
For you to get there. Ooh la la.
Very exciting.
You remember us little people when you get married. We would love to be at your wedding.
Yeah. Groomsman, I hear, is a great position.
True.
I'm available for best man too, Tech A. Don't you worry.
I assume best man goes to not us, but Toronto's too far. Yeah, it is real up north. It's actually pretty close for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, surely Leak gets the
Obviously,
nod.
but I gotta throw it out there.
All right, I look dashing in a suit. I don't know if you knew. So.
I don't, but maybe, who knows?
What's up, Al? How you doing? We have just finished said show, and so now is the most important part of the podcast.
Lunch. What are we eating for lunch, chat?
What are we eating for lunch? Hoodoo, you voodoo, you know?
Also, anyone watch Requiem for Vengeance yet?
What?
Gundam? Requiem for Vengeance.
Was that out? Is that the new?
It came out.
The new Gandam show.
It came out yesterday.
Gandam show? I have not watched it. Raising Cane's. Well. Mentally preparing myself during lunch break for judging First Ascent in Toronto. Congrats, man. We will see you there. I will make sure to make the most obnoxious judge calls that I can. And call for you specifically. Raisins. We're just eating raisins. Just raisins. Great. Perfect. Birthday's the day before Santa Clara. You could be there. Drinks are on me in California. That's all I'm saying. Where can we get raisins, Steve?
To Target.
You want to see a bunch of raisins?
Yeah, sure.
just handfuls of raisins.
Sure.
Yeah,
that sounds
fuck
good.
yeah, raisins.
I could. You know what? I could go for some like steak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are we getting steak?
I don't know.
You want like a steak sandwich, or you want like a like a porterhouse?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I kind of want to eat beef today.
Yeah.
In some variant.
So
I'm putting that into the universe for you.
I'd go for a cheesesteak. Where do we get a cheesesteak? Like Jersey Mike's makes cheesesteak.
We could Jersey Mike's.
Do Jersey Mike's. Get a good cheesesteak.
Okay.
All right.
We're gonna do Jersey Mike's.
I'm in for that. Pause.
Why are we pausing?
Paused. Raisins or rye-sins? I've been doing some rye-sins lately.
Audia, don't forget to do your All Saints Day quest before you come to locals.
What?
This is Final Fantasy stuff for Final Fantasy players.
Gross. Cringe, honestly. Never played a Final Fantasy game in my life.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
You look like a guy that would play Final Fantasy.
Lunchtimes with lunch break.
You're welcome.
Dude, that's so good. Can we make a food themed show called Lunch Break?
Yeah, it's just us sitting here doing what we're doing right now, eating lunch in front of people.
But we monetize it.
Yeah. This is what's going to be behind the paywall. Is us eating. I've never actually played any Persona game.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up for real.
That is fucked up for real.
I was lying about the Final Fantasy thing, by the way.
I'm not lying about. I've never played Persona. It's always looked cool to me.
It's great. There's no better time. Even the shitty old Persona 3 has been remade, and you can play it. It just came out like 3 months ago.
I've been told to just start with 5.
I wouldn't. I would start with 4. That would be my choice.
I did have a Persona 4 deck in Weiss.
Nice. I would start with Persona 4. That is my recommendation. You play Persona 4 Golden, then you play 5, then you play 3 Remake. In that order. These are all like separate. It's fine. There's like a little bit of crossover between 3 and 4, but it doesn't matter. Unless you like put 15,000 hours into it. It's like a secret boss in Persona 4 that is a character from Persona 3. It's the whole thing. But or you can watch the anime. Fuck that.
I'm a big fan of game to animes. I love Danganronpa.
It's not funny. It's not funny when you do that,
But I actually did like Danganronpa the anime.
So cringe. The Persona.
But I've never also played Danganronpa the game, so
tough. The Persona 4 anime. There's 2 of them. The original is shit, unwatchable, trash. But they remade it like they do with everything. And Persona 4 Golden, the animation, is pretty good. But you should play the 80-hour game instead of watching 12 episodes that are 20 minutes.
Okay.
But it is pretty good. It does kind of go hard.
Interesting.
But yeah. You can play it on your Switch or on your PlayStation Vita.
I want to segue here. I've wanted a Vita for so goddamn long, but they're so expensive because they don't make them anymore.
They're great. It's the best handheld console that's ever been created. I mean that authentically. It's the best handheld console that's ever been created.
I loved my PSP Slim.
Mm-hmm.
I still have it. It's sick.
Mm-hmm. It goes hard, man.
I love that thing.
You should get a Vita. Vitas go hard. Amen. Vita fucks so hard. I don't have an extra one, otherwise I would give it to you.
That's fine.
I have the I have the Vita console, which doesn't help you a whole lot, but that one you could use.
What is a Vita console?
They made a box. It's like this big. That is a Vita that plugs into your TV. And you use like a PS4 pad. And it like takes Vita cartridges. It's very strange, but I do have one of those as well.
Skype on Vita went hard.
It's a wild little box. The Vita. We love the little Vita.
I played a lot of what was that game? SOCOM.
Yeah.
On my PSP.
Your PSP, yeah.
In online.
Oh, the online, yeah, fucked. Like
I
actually kind of hard.
So much SOCOM
right.
online.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I had like this group of guys that I would play with all the time.
Borderline's good.
We would get in TeamSpeak.
It
was sick.
I had a Mumble server.
I also had a Mumble server.
I was not a TeamSpeak guy. I was a Mumble guy.
I had so many different groups of friends. So I had TeamSpeak. I had Mumble. There was
Ventrilo.
There's the Skype.
We're
people.
old. Did you guys know that? Did you guys know that we're old? That's fucked. Crazy.
I preferred Ventrilo to all of them. I think that's the one I used the most.
Don't remind me of Vent. Yeah, we're all old boomer people.
Get on Vent so we can play Minecraft, losers.
Jesus Christ.
Those are words I used to say.
Yep. No, I believe it. They're words that you just said right now, so that's crazy. All right, Steven, you ready to go eat some?
Yeah,
sandwiches?
let's go eat some sandwiches.
Hey, thank you guys for hanging out. We always love hanging out with you on our Friday afternoons, and we will see some amount of you, minus Devin and Skurai, in Toronto. 7 days from now. We are flying in Friday. Hey, Theo. You still here? Is Theo here? Instead of sending you a message, I can do it on a public forum so that you're under social pressure to answer my questions.
I don't think he's here.
I don't know. I believe.
There he is.
There he is. What are you doing Friday? I know that you are working or whatever. Do you think I could steal you Friday? I think the problem that I always have when I try to shoot the show on Monday is that we check out of our hotel at 11, and then I have nowhere to shoot the show. And so it's probably easier if we do it on Friday, if I can steal you for an hour or whatever. But I don't know how busy you're going to be with stuff. So let me know. Yeah, that's it. Nothing crazy. Group hug, indeed. Yeah, we're getting in 2 o'clock?
Yeah, it's 1:32.
Yeah, so good. Just walk in there and say, "Good job, gang," and then leaving. Okay, great. Sounds good. So yeah, we are not at the hotel, but I did talk to friends of ours that are at the hotel. So we can either steal their room or whatever. If we're allowed to walk into the setup and shoot there, we can do that too. Find a room or whatever. But I'll steal you on Friday so we don't have to worry about it on Monday. It's always a headache. Last time I had to, bombard Sil in his room, and I feel bad doing that. So great. Sounds good. I will see you then. Theo, presidential handshakes. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Good job, gang. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. We will see all of you later. We will see some of you in Toronto next week.
Yep.
Kisses from the Lineage Break team. If you want to follow what we're doing, we have these here Twitter accounts. I know that everybody's leaving Twitter because they are cursed, but you can find us on Twitter.
It's a blue sky now, right? Is that the?
Yeah, I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah,
I'll see you on Boomer Twitter with all of the right wing nut jobs.
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah, I'll lose the footage. I'm really good at doing that. I've done it only 4 or 5 times. All right. Hey, goodbye.
Bye.
Kisses. I'm on Facebook too,
That's
but
fair.
don't add me on Facebook.
Boomer Twitter is Facebook is good.